Hello, dear friends! Today I want to talk with you about learning infodiving. We receive a lot of questions, requests. People ask, how can we learn? We also want to know. We also want to know information about everything and everyone. We also want to help our nearest and dearest. We also want to spin circles to heal the whole world. Somebody asks about spiritual development, somebody asks about predestination, more often about predestination. Infodiving enters the market very quickly, and incredible amount of people call and write letters to us. I'm sorry, but I should tell you that far from everyone receive my response. I'm not simply physically capable to do this alone, but I'm getting more and more assistance. We are bringing more and more fields to our attention, and we receive information about solving specific problems. Not everything is on the internet, far from everything, but if you noticed how much videos we post a day, you can understand that we are working really hard, and we post just a little part of it. And so, my friends, if we come back to learning infodiving, I would divide it into 3 steps, the experience I have at the present moment. And I don't provide the consultations myself. I train people and I teach people, and I also experiment together with people by their agreement. So, to learn infodiving, you need to make 3 steps, 3 huge steps. And you can make them in any order, but you need to make them simultaneously, okay? Today this, tomorrow that, the day after tomorrow that. If you leave something out of account, then nothing will happen. Nothing will happen, okay? So, the first step is the conceptual perception of this world. You need to learn how to live in subjective perception of this world. If you say now that you live in subjective perception, that you are here and now creating your reality, then you should understand that you are lying to yourself now, and you won't have any changes. To learn how to live in subjective perception means to change your attitude to everything, to change totally your conception of perception, or even to move beyond the boundaries of your conceptions and to learn how to observe them. This is a huge part of training. Now I'm not talking about it, that's another story. You need to comprehend with your mind what are we doing and why, and this is a huge piece of work, a whole layer which you need to assume, just to accept this, which might contradict with those social standards which exist in the modern society. Everything concerned about theoretic base is about 80%. You can find in my 2 books, which we published in Germany, which you can order. Besides, I share it actively in my videos, I share it actively in my articles. You can read it. Even without books, it is possible to collect the whole image from the detached pieces. In the books, the whole information is structured. Either you can download our trainings and courses. For example, the course Management of Perception contains a lot of this information. It is available for downloading on our website skachayka.com. It is one of our sites. You can find there absolutely all the courses which we have given online. There is theory, there is the basis which helps to move the assemblage point into subjective perception without changing your attitude to the world, without changing the base programs in your mind. It will be impossible to do. So this is the first step, theory. These are the trainings on immersion into trance. Everything referring to gaining the trance experience, trance rollouts, everything referring to hypnosis, to the physiology of hypnosis. We need to know this, either we want this or not. Even if you change this knowledge in future, these technical basis, these hypnosis theory basis and practical experience should be behind each person's back. Without these bases, it will be difficult to move on, almost impossible. And the third step is a training step on psychological part, on working with the resource traumas, secondary benefits, on solving those life programs which influence you and form your reality. This is a very difficult step, the most one, because you need to realize that if you don't change, nothing will happen. And this step, which many people try to skip, considering themselves smart, thinking, oh, it's not important, some instincts, some reflexes, it's nonsense. In fact, this nonsense provides the 90% of success. That means that practical training and theoretic basis take only 10%. And well, about 80%, 80 if we follow the Paret's rule, are taken by all the resource traumas and everything that forms the worldview of a person unconsciously. We need to reach our interest, open our capabilities. Then we will have the direct connection with the soul. We reach the soul through the interest. There is no other way to break through it, to hear it indeed. And in fact, we get the information through it. And all these programs which provide self-adjustments, there will be honesty program, self-love, self-acceptance, acceptance of the world, and a whole bunch of programs. And at the stage we study and practice these, we study and practice to work with other people. We explore the computer organization of our computers, and through this we understand how the other computers are designed. This is the way you can arrive to infodiving and infotuning. As to the questions which has begun to appear now very actively, these are the questions about allowing yourself. People try to find so tricky ways to ask information, almost to get into their eyes. Guys, all the information is in public domain. People are also looking for the complicated techniques. I don't have those. I have shifted through all the existing psychotechniques, which are really complicated and which don't give the result. But following one and the same technique in the subjective perception and in the objective perception provide totally different results. Thus, it is important to control your condition, suppression, observation, and so on. So, if you comprehend what are you doing to yourself, you will understand what the other people are doing to themselves. Because the way to yourself is always through your body, through your sensations, through your feelings. There is no other way. We enter the subjective perception through the sensations and feelings. These are the things that the most people simply block inside. And if they are at least able to touch, to feel the material and name it, this is shami, this is metal, and this is, for example, wood, okay? This is where his sensitivity finishes. And this is what you need to develop. You can't move without this, but this refers to the practical trainings. In fact, all those three connected blocks, everything referred to psychosomatic, psychotherapy, self-adjustments, resource trauma works, regresses, progresses, and so on, this is the first block. The second block is practical work, trance experiences, and the third block is theoretic one. That's all. In fact, you need to connect everything. In what way and sequence you are going to study this information is up to you. I have just provided you with education program for kindergarten, school and university. And I suggested you to study it by yourselves. Those who want to study everything gradually, successively and step by step, I invite you to enter our courses, trainings, which we have on schedule in Russian language. Visit our site, look through the materials, join our programs. The nearest training we are going to have is contacts and channeling. This is the simplest training we have among those where we dive for information. This is trance rollout, trance experience, a skill of hearing oneself, and the minimal theoretic basis which will allow you to get rid of those bats in your brain which would show up during this training, minimum of theory and maximum of practice. This course is available only online. We don't have the video of our previous similar course, so we have to repeat it. And then we are going to have, among basic courses, that's kindergarten and first form, there will be extrasensorics, sensitivity development, everything connected with management of perception. The video of this course is already available, you can download it. Everything connected with psychosomatics and resource trauma works, keep an eye on our schedule, simply keep an eye on it. In our schedule, you will find the courses on hypnosis, and we will add soon new courses on spiral dynamics for a person to comprehend where is he going and the arrangement of the business process, relationships, and so on. And from our side, we will help those of you who have true inner interest for this. Everything related to the technical basis, don't expect some complicated techniques. I rejected everything complicated long time ago. We won't give you anything new, but everything we have will be very effective for you. This is our thing. I'm Natalia Zaitseva. See you soon, my friends.